Hello everyone and welcome to the Duchess of Unicorn YouTube channel. So today is Monday the 20th of January and usually I come on and we scroll the internet together. We surf the internet looking for fun stuff and current articles on Meghan Markle and Harry. And the whole stepping back thing is the most prevalent news right now on these two. And a lot of people already saw this coming, but not quite in this way. So today I'm going to go right to it and let you know, of course, that my video is for entertainment purposes only. Allegedly, these things are reported. Most of the comments that I'm giving you are my opinion and really aren't anybody else's opinion but my own. Freedom of speech. I'm in the United States. It's fair use. And my content, as you can see plainly, is found on public domains. So it's nothing you can't find on your own. And please do your own research. It's always best. So I'm finding today that this little article from Fox News discusses Meghan Markle's estranged father says she and Harry are turning the monarchy into a Walmart with a crown on. Wow. I think even a Walmart without the crown. Really. Seriously. If it was Meghan's intention on toppling over a monarchy and to make it known that they're just people, just human beings, who make a lot of mistakes, maybe more mistakes than the average person. That even though you can have all the money in the world, you still have the same problems. You still have 99 problems, but being poor isn't one of them. So if that was her agenda or somebody's agenda who was behind her, or many people, a collective bunch of people who were behind her, then awesome. It was completed. You managed to help in your time in history with the royal family to have your husband step down just a few years after you're married to him. That is amazing. And yes, the royal family has seen this with Queen Elizabeth's uncle abdicating the throne from being king. He was king. He abdicated from being king, and Queen Elizabeth's father was then placed in line for the throne. He became king, of course, I guess he had really no choice because somebody's got to be king, right? Somebody had to take the throne, and I guess it had to stay at some point in that family and couldn't go any further. So her father took the role over. And I believe I've seen documentaries that have said that Queen Elizabeth and her mother, and probably her sister, of course, were all a little bit bitter over the years because, King David abdicated the throne. And that forced her father to become king, which the stress and all this other stuff had lessened his life. And that's their issues. But so now Meghan Markle's estranged father says she and Harry are turning the monarchy into a Walmart with a crown. So I quickly want to go through this because I just want this one to be very short today. My dogs are waiting to go outside and it's freezing outside here. Okay, Meghan Markle's father is not holding back. In a new television documentary, can't wait to see it, Thomas Markle, 75, accused his daughter of cheapening the royal family. They are turning the royal family into a Walmart with a crown on it, he said. This is not the girl I raised. And I love this part because he says it again so humbly that he raised her. I'll leave it at that. Doria. In the document, they say doc, in the doc entitled Thomas Markle, My Story, Thomas expresses disappointment in his daughter for not fulfilling what he sees as an obligation. And it's a great obligation, I'm sure. When they got married, they took on an obligation, and the obligation is to be a part of the royals and to represent the royals. And it would be foolish for them not to, said Thomas. This is one of the greatest long-living institutions ever. They are destroying it. They are cheapening it, making it shabby. They shouldn't be doing this. Thomas Markle believes that his daughters and Prince Harry's decision to step back from their royal duties is a poor one, because she actually got every girl's dream. Well, I never dreamt of being a princess, but we all say that all little girls are princesses. So it's kind of a thing that our families give us, But I never dreamed of growing up and being a princess, because every little girl thinks they're a princess already, or at least my parents always called me princess. The Markle patriarch also expressed disdain for his daughters living in Canada rather than out of Frogmore Cottage on a part-time basis. Apparently, $3 million and a 26-room home isn't enough for them, he said, noting that he feels embarrassed over the ordeal. Thomas also said that he doesn't expect to hear from his daughter or his son-in-law, stating that they are turning into lost souls at this point. I don't know what they're looking for, said Thomas. I don't think they know what they're looking for. And then, of course, the rest of the article goes on to talk about, how, they're taking their titles and just the whole stepping back thing. So we're not going to read that part. But I thought that was interesting. Mr. Markle is everybody's dad. He's a regular guy who did right by his child or children. He raised Meghan the best he could. He seemed to have a consistent, steady job. He used to have Facebook stocks. He sold them to put her to put her on a trip or to school. He's done a lot of things for Meghan, and I'm sure he supported Meghan when she was out of college with no money and going into acting, and he believed in her. And there's many parents who wouldn't do that, or they can't do that, and he managed somehow to do it for her. He supported her. And he also was the one who flipped the bill for school. And so she lied, allegedly, Meghan lied when she said she took student loans out and paid for school herself, when it was her father and his $1 million winnings from a lottery who helped pay for her schooling at Northwestern. So I want to just let us end it there and say that personally, I feel, my thoughts are that although Meghan Markle's father is not a perfect father, I don't believe there is a perfect father. I think each person does the best they can with what they have, and some can do things better, and some people can do things on a more tactful way. But we all do the best with what we can, right? And so I think in terms of Meghan Markle's dad, he's everybody's father. He's clearly done the best he can, and her behavior doesn't reflect well on him, but I really feel like he did all he could, especially financially, but all he could with her, because honestly, she seems like a person who probably had, and again, this is my opinion, probably had her own strong will, and she was probably a little bit flippant, but in all said and done, I think still, and I'll stand by this again and again, that I think prior to Prince Harry, Meghan was more her authentic self, her natural self. Like, she was writing a lifestyle blog, she was getting acting gigs, and even if they weren't the top of the line acting gigs, she was doing her thing. She was trying to do her career and herself the way that she could see best. And I think that in her Instagram and in her travels and her blog, I think that she was really being her more authentic self. Then when she married Prince Harry, something happened. And in my opinion, greed happens when you're faced with enormous wealth or enormous power and opportunity. I think that that can change a person. And I believe this may be what's going on. Prince Harry, well, there could be a ton of things going on with him. And he seems to have changed considerably. When two people mix that are not good for each other, it's amazing, both good and bad, what things you can get out of that. So they can grow their relationship, but it can also grow to be something of a heat miser, something ugly. And I feel like it is growing into that. All this talk about, there's 7 pictures or whatever, a handful of pictures that were sepia tone and black and white of their child, their supposed child, where nobody really thinks it's real. And people really don't feel that that kid is even, that the child is either theirs or not. I don't really know. And the fact that people just don't know is just odd. Not that we have to know, but it's just odd. Why do you feel so self-important that you don't want the world to be joyful along with you, and that you have this child? Why is it only you want to feed certain pictures through and claim that you're joyous about it, but yet you want to feed just a few? Because I don't know. I'm really not sure what that all means, but it's their choice. But it just leaves so many questions that you wonder why people do not fully A, accept you, and B, care. The world turns its back on you, and if you wanted that anyway, then you shouldn't have joined the royal family. So I feel that we should be with Meghan Markle's father, because I think he had done his best. And whatever has happened to her since she's married Prince Harry, the two of them coming together, it just seems actually kind of sad. And it seems like it's unfolding to be a pathetic story. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to end it there. And it's Monday. It's a holiday in the United States. I believe it's Martin Luther King Day. Whatever that means to the world, I'm not sure. But really, I guess someone wanted people to have a holiday for him. But I hope you have a good day and enjoy your afternoon. Bye.